this crime wave that's happening in Atlanta, and what are your plans to do something about it?
You cannot feed all this mainstream media. We have to get the real good information. We got to get that because they're hiding it from us.
Family. It's time to resurrect our minds.
You guys, welcome to Unfiltered with BC Wright. Give me a second. Let me get this chat up. My Instagram people have been here from the beginning. You guys, welcome. Let me see what y'all are talking about over here. Here we go. Welcome. I see you, Jackie. I see you. Welcome to the broadcast. Like and share. I see you, Marguerite. Y'all are always the early ones. I see you, Tiffany. Thank you, guys. We were running a little bit behind on today, but I appreciate you guys coming to join us. I'm trying. Okay, there we go. My internet connection was looking a little bit funny there. All right, so Tiffany, Marguerite, Tish, Nita, whoever else is on, let me know what my audio sounds like. And also let me know, oh, I see a lot of y'all are joining us on Instagram today. Also, let me know about the video. Hello. Welcome. Hello, Miss Diane Tony, aka my mom. So if she says anything, it's probably my mom. Okay, Susan, I see you. Let me know about my audio and video, and then we can get started. We've got a lot of information to cover on today. So as soon as one of y'all sends me a chat and lets me know, and then I'm on, see what I can pick. Oh, Tish, thank you. It's good. Go grab my sisters, Nita, D, and Katrina for me. You guys like and share. Facebook is good. Nanette, welcome. Y'all, we're talking about the metaverse. We've been saying since, what day was that? November? That we're going to talk about this. So let's go ahead and get into it. But first, we're going to start like we always do. Welcome to everyone who is joining us on all of our platforms. I figured out last week we were doing this when we did the conspiracy theory one. You guys remember how much fun we had with that the people on Instagram couldn't even see what I was posting to be able to participate in it. So of course, now they are looking at the actual video. Somebody said, why don't you just turn the phone around? Duh. So welcome on Facebook, welcome on my website, welcome on Instagram. We appreciate you guys joining us each and every week at 9-11 a.m. on Wednesdays. Please do us a favor, like and share so more people can get the information. It is free to do that. And of course, like we do every single week, we are going to be doing a giveaway at some point in the broadcast of some cash. So let's get into it. Today in history. So the first thing we're going to talk about today in history is not Barack Obama. It's not the first thing we're talking about today. The first thing we're talking about today in history is actually going to be the attack on Pearl Harbor. As you guys know, yesterday it was the 80th anniversary of what happened in Pearl Harbor. For those of you who don't know, 80 years ago today, the U.S. actually declared war on Japan, which marked our entry into World War II. Why did this happen? It's because a day before, which was yesterday, 80 years ago yesterday, there was an attack on Pearl Harbor that happened December 7th of 1941. Actually, they attacked our naval base in Hawaii. I was fortunate enough to actually be able to go and see that. My husband and I were on a trip with a group of others where we went to Miami, and we just took a day trip flight over to Honolulu to be able to go and see this. And this is what the memorial looks like. And you're wondering why it's over the water, because what is at that particular location is actually a tomb. If you look at it from overhead from this picture here, you'll be able to see that is the USS Arizona. It is one of the ships that was sunk over there, and it had over 300 soldiers who were interned there. Their bodies were there. And the people who actually survived from that ship, I didn't know this until I started researching. When they died, they're allowed to have their ashes spread over that same ground to be with those other soldiers. So thank you to anybody who's in the military. I see Demetria has joined us. I know that you have served our country for a long time. I know Nita has served our country for a long time. So I appreciate you guys and anyone else who's been in the military just for the sacrifices that you all have made. And now we're going to jump to this part of history, which is Obama. He got the Nobel Peace Prize. So on December 10th, this week in history, U.S. U.S. President, former President Barack Obama accepted the Nobel Peace Prize. So, did you guys know 45 years before that, Martin Luther King had accepted one too. So I wanted you guys to know that. So let's jump into the main show for today. What are we talking about? We're talking about the metaverse on today. Now, I've been saying that we were going to speak about this, but what encouraged me to go ahead and do this sooner than later, because I was still trying to understand it and I was still trying to just kind of wrap my head around it, was a conference that I went to this weekend with none other than friend of Unfiltered, our friend at Informative Services, CEO and founder, Michelle Renee. So I went to a conference in Illinois, in Chicago this weekend about the Future of Finance Summit. As you guys can see there, she had the Honorable David Burt, who is the president, or rather premier, that's what they call it, the president, the premier of Bermuda was there. And he's taking progressive steps to make sure that his citizens know about the blockchain, that they know about cryptocurrencies, that they know about opportunities in the digital space. And that's what we're going to be doing with you all on today. But the question becomes, why weren't y'all there? Like, for real, like, why weren't you there? I guess I'm saying that because Michelle's been on our show several times and you all have the information to become members of Informative Services. And I'm encouraging each of you guys to do it, because the problem is we end up behind the ball. She's come on the show several times talking about the wealth transfer and how it's going to be part of this next wave of technology, so that we don't keep finding ourselves the last one to know, the last one to go, and behind the ball. But guys, it's not just having the information, it's what you do with it. What's coming is actually bigger than Bitcoin. In fact, it is already here. Cryptocurrency is just a piece of the puzzle. It's the form of currency that will open doors to a new universe. That universe is called the metaverse. Of course, nobody can understand the metaverse and all the ways you can make money or lose money in the next 20 minutes or so. But my goal is for you to leave here with enough information to feel like you had an aha moment, and to see if you want to do some research for yourself. Is that okay with you guys? Of course it is, because that's what we're doing. All right. So during the conference call, during the conference, she did like a short segment on the metaverse, right? And I'm sitting across from this beautiful couple there, and they start talking about movies we need to see. And one of them was Free Guy, and the other was Ready Player One. So they're talking about these movies, and anybody who's seen these movies, say something in the chat and tell me, because you've already been interfacing with artificial intelligence and virtual reality if you've seen one of these movies, right? So if you've seen Ready Player One or you've seen Free Guy, let me know in the chat. So here's the deal. So I'm like writing it down. It's like, I got to see Free Guy. I get on the plane to come home on Delta Airlines, and what do I see? Free Guy is playing on Delta Airlines. And I was like, come through Delta. So I decided to watch the movie on the way home. And as I'm watching the movie on the way home, the opening segment literally had my mouth open. So I'm going to walk you guys through it, because it was really a description of the metaverse. So even if you just go watch the previews of this movie, you will probably get a better understanding. So in the opening scene, the guy, Free Guy, good morning. Good morning. Let me say good morning to y'all over here. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. I see, I think the last name is Fat. I see you. Welcome. Thank you guys for being here. I see Susan has seen the movie. Thank you guys for being here. Welcome, Naomi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So guys, listen to this. When Free Guy opens up, right? He says, there's this man flying into this city, and he's got the sunglasses on, right? And what he says is, he's a hero. All the sunglass people are heroes. For the sunglasses people, laws aren't necessarily laws. They're just kind of mild suggestions. And then you see this hero with the sunglasses on turn around and blow up a police car who was chasing him for hijacking another car. But then you hear Free Guy, who's in the movie, talking about the fact that the people who have glasses on see things that other people don't see. And he's right, because in the metaverse, with those glasses on, you'll see this woman right here has on virtual reality. And this is actually a form of augmented reality. If she had the augmented glasses on, they're seeing things that other people do not see. Okay. So think about that. We are about to walk into a space, right, where things are different. It's not just about playing games. And I think a lot of people think it is, but remember when Samsung first came out with those Oculus headsets, and they're giving it to us for free when we were getting our phones, and you had to stick your phone inside of it to be able to watch Netflix, because I could never get past anything but watching Netflix, could not figure it out. and play games and do things like that. If you guys remember that, say something in the chat, because this is not that. This is the next level version of it that doesn't require you to have a phone that you stick inside of it. It's not that at all. So here's the deal. We have to first set a foundation for what this is. And a lot of us are figuring out that Facebook is going into this space, right? METAWHO. Let's clear up the confusion about Facebook from the beginning. Just because Facebook changed their name to Meta doesn't make them the metaverse. That is not the metaverse. We know that verse, of course, stands for some form of the universe, but let's take a look at what the definition of meta is. And I think you'll find this intriguing. So the definition of meta is occurring later than or in succession to, situated behind or beyond. Think about this. We're going to be like in the machines. Later or more highly organized, change or transformation, comprehensive or transcending. That is what meta means, and that is the goal of the metaverse. So that being said, now that we got our definition straight, you all are going to be in a situation where you're going to be able to have this representation of yourselves, an avatar of yourselves placed inside the computer to interact with people worldwide. But here's the deal. I want you all to recognize and be clear about this. Most people, because Facebook said it, aren't going to recognize that they aren't the ones who created it, and it's bigger than that, and there's other opportunities attached to it, right? So because they do recognize that it's Facebook, we're going to start that as a starting point for our understanding of what it is and what it looks like. So let's start that dialogue with that. So we're going to pop into the first video. Welcome to Metaverse 101 with @BC Wright.
Jumping in now.
What if there was an after party that anyone could go to, no matter where they were?
This is wild.
Hey, check this out. Charity auction happening. Oh, there's swag.
And when you go to the after party, you could connect with other fans, hear new versions of your favorite songs, and check out the merch that just dropped.
Ooh, I like that one.
Well, now you've got to get it.
So a couple of things from that first video I want you guys to recognize. Those are avatars, actual, your representation inside of that space. And you see them moving about in the space. Of course, you have the glasses on, but in this space, you don't have the glasses. But one thing I want you to notice is they were looking at merchandise. One of the things I want y'all to be clear on is the metaverse is not going to be free and just some gaming solution. It is an entire zone where you have to buy things in the metaverse. Just like you have to buy clothes in the regular world, you're going to have to buy clothes in the metaverse. But I want you guys to pay attention to this. If you can buy them, you can sell them. There are going to be different people who create things in the metaverse, whether it is the home that you live in, whether it's the clothes that you're wearing, whether it's Nike and their shoes, which we're going to get to later because they're in the metaverse selling shoes, whether it's going to a bank or a digital office to talk to a customer service representative, you can create inside of this space. So don't just look at this as something to play with. Don't just be a participant. And I'm all on a whole new tangent. Don't just be a participant. If you're going to participate, make sure that you're elevating yourself in the real world with finances. Because one of the things that you're going to recognize is that merchandise, they're going to be able to select it and pay for it out of a digital wallet that's connected to them. And it's going to go to the seller's digital wallet that you can convert to real cash. It's not play. Like a lot of people don't understand that it's not play. So let's back it up for a second and let's talk about what home looks like or what his vision of home looks like when you step into this metaverse world.
Imagine you put on your glasses or headset and you're instantly in your home space. It has parts of your physical home recreated virtually, it has things that are only possible virtually, and it has an incredibly inspiring view of whatever you find most beautiful.
Hey, are you coming?
Yeah, just gotta find something to wear. All right, perfect.
Boy.
Oh, hey, Mark.
Hey, what's going on?
Hi.
Mark.
What's up, Mark?
Whoa, we're floating in space?
Uh-huh.
Who made this place? It's awesome.
Right? It's from a creator I met in LA.
This place is amazing.
Boz, is that you?
Of course it's me. You know I had to be the robot, man.
I thought I was supposed to be the robot.
Whoa.
I knew you were bluffing.
Hey, wait. Where is Naomi?
Let's call her.
Naomi.
Hey, should we deal you in?
Sorry, I'm running late, but you've got to see what we're checking out. There's an artist going around Soho hiding AR pieces for people to find.
3D street art? That's cool.
Send that link over so we can all look at it. This is stunning.
Okay, that is something.
That's awesome.
I love the movement.
Wait, it's disappearing.
This is amazing.
Hold on, I'll tip the artist and they'll extend it.
Wow. Brilliant.
If you guys like it here,
Okay, so there's a couple of things I want you all to notice in that. From the time you walk into this digital space and you put on your virtual reality headset, you're at a place called home. Home is like your literal home that you've created in this space where you would invite your friends from across the world who also have the ability to participate. Because remember, you have to purchase equipment to be in it, who have the ability to participate to your home. I want you to consider this. You guys have been hearing this big craze about this thing called NFTs. Shout at me in the chat if you know what I'm talking about, non-fungible tokens, where people are selling art and people are selling different digitized statutes, and you can do digitized furniture and all this other stuff, right? You're going to be able to, people are going to pay, and I'm going to show you guys this later. It's insane. People are going to pay for that digitized furniture so they can decorate their homes. What if you're the one who was able to open that store to be able to do that or to sell it on OpenSea? The digitized art people are buying, they're going to use it to decorate their homes and create art vaults. If you're an artist, what about getting into this space so that you have a worldwide audience? What about the clothes he was looking through? Do you remember him scanning through the clothes? I'm giving y'all ideas on how to make some money in this. What if you're a designer? What if you make t-shirts? And you can digitize that. They have apps that you can scan your stuff with and it'll digitize it for you and give you a digital signature, and you can put it on the open market for people to buy it. So I'm trying to tell you guys, NFTs are moving with or without you. Thank you, Dee. Dee said it's going with or without you. So I'm trying to tell you all, whatever it is that you can think of that you can do, even being a real estate agent. I'm going to show you all that in a bit. There are people who are realtors working in the metaverse space. So I want to make sure you guys are clear on that. But here's the thing. What's big to them is presence. And I had to see this. I had to play this clip for you guys because that part was kind of a little weird for me, but it's the truth about how this whole thing is going to operate.
This is the defining quality of the metaverse. You're going to really feel like you're there with other people. You'll see their facial expressions, you'll see their body language, maybe figure out if they're actually holding a winning hand. All the subtle ways that we communicate that today's technology can't quite deliver. Next, there are avatars, and that's how we're going to represent ourselves in the metaverse. Avatars will be as common as profile pictures today, but instead of a static image, they're going to be living 3D representations of you. Your expressions, your gestures, that are going to make interactions much richer than anything that's possible online today. You'll probably have a photorealistic avatar for work, a stylized one for hanging out, and maybe even a fantasy one for gaming. You're going to have a wardrobe of virtual clothes for different occasions, designed by different creators and from different apps and experiences. Importantly, you should be able to bring your avatar and digital items across different apps and experiences in the metaverse. Beyond avatars, there is your home space. You're going to be able to design it to look the way you want, maybe put up your own pictures and videos and store your digital goods. You're going to be able to invite people over, play games, and hang out. You'll also even have a home office where you can work. Your home is your personal space from which you can teleport to anywhere you want.
Teleporting, y'all. So we're going to be teleporting to wherever you want to teleport to in this space. And when he said that, he was not kidding, because the metaverse, there are different worlds inside the metaverse. It's not just that world. It's not just what they're creating with their Horizon home, their Horizon work, and all the different Horizon experiences that you can have. They're literally creating something where you could be in there all day and do everything, like just get off to eat. But that's a whole nother story. But what I want you guys to recognize about that is that presence. People are wondering, what's it going to feel like? Do you know how our kids, and there are all these studies done about how our kids got addicted to video games? This is on another level. This is a fully immersed experience. So here's the question. Could your representation in the virtual world make you really dislike yourself in the real world? And I'm talking to the parents really here, because our children are being bullied on social media all the time. They're having to worry about their image and things like that. But this is a world where they feel like they can go there and be accepted, or maybe be liked, or maybe even be popular, right? And these are considerations for each of us as we figure out how we want to engage with this, and if at all. And as we think about how much interaction we want our children to have inside of this universe, because it's coming. So we need to understand it, right? So that we can have some type of control over it. Okay. So we think about like Facebook and Instagram and how you have these filters. The metaverse is the biggest filter of all. You heard him talk about the fact that for work, you want to look like yourself, but then when you go somewhere else, you can have a different representation. I want you guys to keep that in mind as we go forward. But here's another thing. There's something that he said later on that I hope you guys pick up on when I click this next video.
New ways of interacting with devices that are much more natural. Instead of typing or tapping, you're going to be able to gesture with your hands, say a few words, or even just make things happen by thinking about them.
Did y'all hear him say make things happen by thinking about them? Let me go back to the chat. Was it just me? Or did y'all hear him say make things happen by thinking about them? I don't even know how that would work. Anybody have any ideas? I think I see my friend TK on there. Did anybody else hear it? Make things happen by thinking about them. I don't even know how that would work. But before we get into the next segment, so you understand how big this space is and all the things that are being done in it, I want to make a definition between virtual reality, which is that fully immersed avatar experience, and augmented reality. Augmented reality is more of, there's the virtual reality headsets, and then they're going to have augmented reality glasses where you can still see everything around you and at the same time see images that are being placed in front of you. And so let's take a look at that. I see wait, Christina said, what the what? And I see you, Cynthia, you heard him as well. And he did like this hour and some change video. Nobody had time to watch that. So I'm giving you guys the highlight clips as we get into this segment. Okay. So there we go. So now this next section, we're going to be talking about, you're actually not talking, you're going to see what augmented reality looks like, and you're going to witness a hologram in this next segment.
Gaming in the metaverse is going to span from immersive experiences in fantasy worlds to bringing simple games into our everyday lives through holograms. Maybe you'll play old games in new ways.
So, Barcelona, huh?
Well, it's not New York, but I like it.
New York misses you.
What's that?
I said, let me put my game face on so I can beat you.
Okay. Check.
I gotta try another game face next time.
Maybe you'll go head to head with players from around the world.
It's like a shop.
Some call it skill.
Keep talking.
Or maybe you'll do things that aren't even possible in gaming today.
Hey Mark, down for a VR foiling sesh?
Now this is more my style.
And for you educators out there, there are some educational things that you may want to take a look at that we might have to deal with in the future, because I know I see a couple of my educator friends who are on here. So pay attention to what the metaverse, at least their version of the metaverse, because there's more, and I'm gonna show that to y'all. I'm gonna share it with you all. What Facebook's version of interacting with education looks like.
anything in the world just by bringing it closer to you.
So, we're gonna have an astrophysicist in the family.
Actually, I have to write this paper. Will you help me?
Let's take a closer look. What part of the solar system are we talking about?
Saturn.
If you were taking astrophysics, you could study in the metaverse.
Did you know the rings are made up of billions of icy particles?
Really?
Look at this.
You ready to do that paper now, right?
Yeah.
In the metaverse, you'll be able to teleport not just to any place, but any time as well. Ancient Rome. Imagine standing on the streets, hearing the sounds, visiting the markets, to get a sense of the rhythm of life over 2,000 years ago. Imagine learning how the forum was built by actually seeing the forum get built right in front of you.
Now, I have to admit, guys, that part of it was pretty cool. Educators online, tell me what your thoughts are about that. I want to point something out to you. Did you guys notice in the first half of the video, they had on like what looked like regular glasses, and when they put them on, you know, the sunglass people, you could see what was happening, but you were still in the space that was around you. That is what I meant by augmented reality. Later in the video, when the woman was just walking around in her avatar form, she had on the virtual reality headset to be able to fully immerse herself in that environment. So you guys are kind of learning what that is. So, you know, that part of it was kind of cool. And then our last segment, because it's about every part of your world that we're going to talk about is how the augmented mixes with work, as well as with how you keep yourself in shape. And then we're going to dive into what this means for you and how you can take advantage of this and earn some income.
More mixed reality experiences. I mean, imagine working at your virtual desk with multiple screens while seeing your real desk so clearly that you can pick up a pen and write notes without taking your headset off. Or, you know, you're doing a workout with a virtual instructor in your living room.
It's going to be so cool. We're already seeing.
So there you have it. Now that's his version of the metaverse, right? But what did I tell you all? He doesn't own the metaverse. He didn't start the metaverse. There are so many other universes that you can participate in. You can buy land in, you can build houses in, you can open businesses in, and you can like translate them across all the universes. And I want you guys to be very clear on that. And one of them that I want to show you all a video from today is called Blocktopia. We're talking about Blocktopia because that's where some of the major retailers are going to have their space at. So if you can be a part of that, then be a part of it. So let's look at Blocktopia, which is a completely different part of the metaverse. Okay. It has nothing to do with Facebook. There's so many parts of the metaverse that have nothing to do with Facebook. We're just using that as a basis for your understanding because most people didn't even know it existed until Facebook changed their name to Meta. So let's take a look at Blocktopia.
Welcome to Blocktopia. Welcome to Blocktopia.
So you guys saw Blocktopia, and the reason I wanted to show you all that is because, so what this is this huge skyscraper that's being built right on the blockchain in the metaverse, where you can go, as you saw, it looked like a mall in some places of it. They're doing things on the blockchain, like having concerts. Anybody heard about Travis Scott and a couple of our artists have had concerts where like millions of people showed up online in virtual reality to participate and witness the concert. You're going to be able to do that from anywhere. So with Blocktopia, there is a cryptocurrency, and let me stop. Nothing I say is financial advice. Nothing I say is financial advice. I want to get that clear. I'm not here to give you a financial advice because I am not sure. I'm not sure a financial advisor. I'm just here to tell you what's out there and what's available and to tell you to do your own research. Some people are going to get involved in the metaverse by deciding to invest in cryptocurrencies such as Block, which is behind Blocktopia. Or there's another metaverse called Sandbox. Sand is a cryptocurrency you can invest in. With that, there's Gala. There's all these different ones that are up and coming gaming tokens or metaverse tokens. Do your research and find out what's going on. Some of them have gone up 100 and 200% in the last month. Go to CoinMarketCap or do your research. Google, what are the top gaming or metaverse tokens, okay? So I want you all just to have the information, because I'm going to tell you, being a participant in the way that you're receiving income in the metaverse, the most economical way to do that is by participating in the cryptocurrency itself first. I'm going to say that because a lot of this stuff is expensive. So the question becomes, how much is it going to cost? How much does it cost? Like, you all are going to have kids. Christmas is around the corner. And they're going to be asking at some point, because all of this is still in development. And some of it's active now, but a lot of the more advanced stuff is still in development. And they're going to be asking for a lot of this stuff, a lot of this equipment. Do you know the equipment that's available? Well, I'm going to show it to you right after the giveaway. Do you know how to buy land or where to go look for it? I'm going to show it to you right after the giveaway. Do you know some of the dangers that you need to be aware of? I'm going to talk about it right after the giveaway. So that being said, guys, we are at the part of our show that we have every single week where we give away cold hard cash. And I actually am going to write a number on this card right here. And let me do it. Some of y'all can see what people be doing. So I wrote the number right there on that sheet. You guys know how we do it. All you have to do is put in the chat box a number between 1 and 100, and we will determine from there who is the winner. You guys keep me honest here. I can see the people here on Instagram. You all are welcome to participate. And I can also see the chats from everybody on Facebook and YouTube. If you're on my website, I can't see you. So make sure that you text me or, get on one of the other platforms to participate. So here we go. We got 60 seconds. Put the numbers between 1 through 100 in the chat, and then we'll pick a winner. All right, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So we actually have 2 winners on today, and I'm feeling generous, so you both get to win. Today's number, can you guys see that? Hold on, it's a glare, it's 44. Today's number is 44. I believe it was Melissa. I wrote down Melissa. Melissa, congratulations. You won $100. And Diane Tony, congratulations. You also have won $100 here on Unfiltered. Please be sure to send me an email to beblessed@bcwright.com. beblessed@bcwright.com with your preferred method of payment, Cash App, Apple Pay, Google Pay, have Bitcoin, whatever. However you want to be paid your $100, please send that over to me. So that being said, congratulations to our winners. You guys go on and congratulate them winners. Congratulate your winners right now. And so let's jump into this, guys. And then we're almost done, but let's jump into this. I want to show you all some of the things that are happening in this space. Okay. So what you're looking at right here is a virtual Gucci bag sold for more than the actual bag in the metaverse. Yep, you heard it right here on Unfiltered. A Gucci bag sold for more than the actual bag, and I'm getting this in your view in just a second here. Here we go. In the metaverse. How does this happen? It happens because people in the metaverse, just like people in the real world, want to be first. They want to have things that other people do not have. And so, because of that desire to be first and have things that other people do not have, someone paid approximately $4,115 for a virtual Gucci bag. Okay. Would anyone have, that girl said, stop it. I see you, Freedom by Design said, stop it. Do y'all want to see what it looks like? Let me show you what it looks like. This is the virtual, this is like the real bag. And then here it is. A Gucci bag in Roblox, which is one of the metaverses, and it's very popular. I believe that's where the Travis Scott concert was held. Sold for 350,000 Robux, which is their cryptocurrency, digital currency, or roughly $4,115. The same purse in real life, IRL, actually only costs $3,400. So people want these items, and that's what they are willing to do to get it. Now, one of the conversations I've been having is about this reality, this real experience, and they want this experience to be as real as possible. So introducing the Tesla suit. I'm going to go back to, let me go back. Introducing the Tesla suit. What is this Tesla suit? The Tesla suit is a suit that is going to make it so that you're able to, how do I say this? It's a suit that makes it so that you're able to feel everything inside of the universe. How many, like if someone kicks you, you're going to feel it. If it's raining, you're going to feel it, right? So how many of you actually want to have that experience? And I'm over here trying to fix this because it's too big for you guys to see it all. How many of you guys want to have that experience? Tell me in the chat who actually wants to like be able to feel all that. Here we go, because you guys aren't able to see it all. Let me fix that for you. Here we go. How many of you want that? That somebody comes up to you and kicks you, you want to feel it. They want you to feel it so you can feel it with workouts. And I guess maybe if you're doing some boxing or fighting, that might be something you want to do. But in general, I'm not so sure about that. And here's why. Because you're going to see, oh, Rutho said me. He wants to be able to feel it. And Charlie said, why? I'm with Charlie. Like, why do you want to be able to feel it? But they have the Tesla suits. Anybody want to tell me how much they think these suits are going to cost? Because you see the guy has on his virtual reality gear. Now, I can understand it for working out and things like that. Someone tell me how much you think this suit is going to cost, because you're already immersed in it visually. And when you're visually immersed, you're emotionally immersed, right? So someone tell me how much you think this suit is going to cost you. Nobody has a guess. Nobody has a guess. Come on, y'all. I know you guys can, y'all can give me something. Don't be scared. Just put a number out there. Okay, I got $75,000. I got over $2,000. All right, keep going, keep going, keep going. What else we got over there? $30,000. This breakthrough in technology is actually $900. No, it's not. It's $20,000. Let me stop playing with y'all. It's $20,000. Gifty was closest. It will cost you a measly $20,000 to be able to have that experience in the suit. Now, what about how much is this? How much is the virtual reality gear going to cost? Because remember, I told you guys that this is not going to be free. So the question becomes, how much is the VR gear itself going to cost? Well, and this is Lane. We're going to talk about that in a second. Let's go back to here. The gear itself is going to cost you about $299 for the headset and for the little arm controls that are there. But if you really want the faster one, because we went to pick one up from Best Buy last night, it's going to cost you about $499, $484, $469. If you can find one on sale, about $500. But that's without any additional accessories that people might want. So it's not something that's going to be cheap. And you know, another reason it's not going to be cheap, and I want to show you guys this too. Before we get into the land thing, where is that note? Okay, I need to share with you all that there is a company that's already selling real estate. They're virtual real estate agents, right? Out of New York, and hopefully this thing comes up first. They're virtual real estate brokerage that only sells high-end property. So what about my real estate agents who are on the call right now? What about that? Here it is. Virtual estate that exists only on the internet. That's the one that we talked about before that sold for 2.4 million. It's not coming up immediately. And I want to find this hopefully before we get off. But there is a real estate firm in New York that is creating out they bought up a big piece of land, right? And they're only building estates. They're only building mansions. They're only selling it to rich people. So even inside of the metaverse, we may have to deal with these, different class distinctions. But here's the question. So how do you get involved? How do you buy something on the metaverse? I would suggest going to the different virtual realities worlds, the virtual worlds. Follow them on Twitter. Follow their Discord. You can find the aftermarket sales on OpenSea.io. So what if you wanted land to be able to, have land so that you have a physical store that people can come in and interact with, or that you can build a physical home in a particular location or things like that? Then let's look at land that's available it's called Somnium Space is another virtual reality thing that's already out there. And what you'll find is they have like different plots of land. So I'm gonna open this up and you guys can see on the different plots of land, they have the different land offerings, right? I can tell you right now that their cheapest plot was in the thousands. And then when you're looking at parcels, by the way, you want to make sure that you're not on the outskirts. You want to make sure you're near the center of what everything is happening. It's the same as in the real world when you're looking at different parcels of land, okay? So we want to make sure that you're looking at it as a real world thing. So I'm looking at the different parcel locations on here. They've got ones by water, they've got ones by the different venues, but they're thousands of dollars to be able to get a parcel of land, maybe around $15,000 average to get a small to medium parcel of land. But here's why it might be worth it. The reason it might be worth it is because on some of these places, I believe Wonderland, you can stake your land and earn 25% interest on that land every year. You'll be able to rent your land or rent your houses out to different people who couldn't buy it, but they might be able to rent it. They're treating it's like real estate. It's real estate. So I want you all to pay attention to that. It's real estate. So you can buy the land. And what about those of you who just want to sell clothing items or want to be art creators and sell your art, or want to sell furniture or architectural designs and maybe can't do a physical store right now? You can make an NFT. You can make an NFT and you can change it into something digital and sell it on many of the NFT platforms where you can sell NFTs, non-fungible tokens. That's what that is. That's like if I picked up my phone and I scanned like this cup right here. Let's just say you were dying to have, a BC Wright, Be Blessed, Stay Woke cup in your metaverse space. And if I scan this, I could turn this into something that was digital, a digital asset that you all could purchase. And you could purchase it in this virtual space and I would get real money, because cryptocurrency translates to real money because you can sell it for cash. So that being said, those are the things that I want you all to understand about the metaverse. Nike is selling virtual shoes in the metaverse. So this begs the question: are any of you starting to feel like the metaverse may just be for the wealthy? There are some people who feel like right now it is for the wealthy, because at the beginning it's like everything is overpriced. Unless you started getting into cryptocurrencies when we first started talking about them, or years ago, then you have money to be able to participate, right? But there are questions coming up now about the metaverse, about whether or not it's ethical, because they feel like it's only for the rich. Why would they feel like it's only for the rich? They feel like it's only for the rich because of the conversation we were talking about the real estate, which I just found. Thank you. So let's go back to that. So here it is. So there is a group, Douglas Elliman, top brokers are selling luxury real estate in the metaverse. They're real estate agents in real life, right? And they're selling luxury property in the metaverse. They recently paid $4.3 million. Let me highlight that for you guys. For a virtual property in Sandbox, which is another one of the metaverses. They paid $4.3 million, but they also own 259 parcels in Decentraland that they bought for almost $1 million, okay? And here's what they say. We want to focus on trophy properties in various metaverses. Trophy properties. How much do you think those trophy properties are going to go for? They want to focus on estates, architecture. They called it architecturally significant master planned communities. That's what it's being called. That's what it is. That's what it is, y'all. That's what it is, y'all. So they're buying up the land to build these estates, right? So one of the questions that's been posed is whether or not are people who don't have that kind of money being blocked out or being left out of the opportunity? No, but you just might have to shoot a little smaller. That doesn't mean don't start. That doesn't mean be discouraged by it, right? But the question becomes, ethically, Snowden is asking this question. We're in a world right now where we're coming out of a pandemic, right? Or a plandemic, depending on who you talk to. We're coming out of this situation and people are just getting things back together. But now in order to participate in the new internet, which is what they're calling it, and they're going to try and force everybody into this thing. In order to participate in the new internet, you're going to have to spend your real world earned money in this space. So is it fair for underserved communities to participate in this? It seems to be a thing of privilege, right? But just as everything else, as time goes, things start to become less expensive. So, but consider that. Consider whether or not this might be outpriced. For some people, it is outpriced and it is overpriced. So I'm saying, don't look at it from that perspective of just being someone who goes to hang out with their friends and do a concert. Look at it from, we live in America, y'all. Capitalize on it. That's what I'm saying right now. I'm saying capitalize on it. Capitalist society, capitalize on it. How can I get engaged? How can I not miss the next Yahoo? How can I not miss the next Google? These are questions we have to ask ourselves. And these are some of the answers we're giving to you on Unfiltered. And we've talked about hundreds of suggestions throughout. There are some places where land hasn't even been sold yet, where some people are just buying the land as soon as it comes online and reselling it on OpenSea, holding it and reselling it, because in each metaverse, there's only a certain number of land, just like there's only a certain amount of land in the real world, okay? Some of those places are, Alluvium has not had a land sale yet. Star Atlas has not had a land sale yet. That's a pretty cool one. It's like all Star Trek type stuff. Blocktopia, actually, the skyscraper you saw with 21 levels, they're having a land sale portal that's going to be opening soon. Y'all be on the lookout. All I can say is be on the lookout, be on the lookout. So here's my closing thoughts. What kind of business would I do? Anybody know? I know. I am going to start a law firm on the metaverse. Why would I start a law firm on the metaverse? Well, because unfortunately, there are some things that we have to consider, like indecent exposure, vulgar behavior, assault, bullying that's going to take place, and sexual harassment. Yes, sexual harassment. There's already an article about how someone was inside of the metaverse, which already exists in one of the universes, and one of the other characters, who is a real person in real life, walked up to her and started groping her. And she said, even though it was happening in virtual reality, she felt like it was happening to her because you're immersed in the experience. Remember, they want you to feel everything that's happening. So she's like, I'm being attacked in this virtual space. There's going to have to be a way to sue people. There's going to, and get real money for those people. There's going to have to be a way to enact some type of laws or bring some type of order into this space that could go completely wild really easily. You could see it. Anybody here can see this thing going wild pretty easily. And then you interject into it these suits where you can actually feel everything. That's a whole nother level. So at some point, there's going to have to be, whether it is a board that has virtual mediations or arbitrations, depending on what that world, how they're going to handle the laws of that world, or a board of judges who hears different cases that are being brought. There's going to have to be some type of legal entity because you have everything else in the metaverse. So what's your metaverse idea? We started this talking about the sunglasses people. And it made me think back to something. This is the original idea, because who were the original sunglasses people? Y'all give me the movie where you originally saw the people in the sunglasses. 3, 2, 1. Y'all know what it was. It was Matrix. And I feel like right now, all of us are being asked, are we going to take the blue pill or the red pill? But what's crazy about that is, I feel like in Matrix, the whole point of the movie was to get us out of the machines, but this wants to put us back in the machines. But if they're going to put us back in the machines, we have to be in there with a purpose. And those of you who are selling goods and service may not have to be there at all, because they can buy them outside of the machine. Just be aware. Be aware of the fact that you can make income. Be aware of the fact that it can be profitable, it can be fun, it can be educational, but it can also be dangerous. Pay attention, because half of the missions that they do on these games, it's about going around killing people, right? It's about armed robbery. It's about heists. It's about all types of different things. And the experience is even more real than the video games we have today. How does that translate back into how people behave in the real world? There are going to have to be some type of limits set, and we're going to have to pay attention. And I'm really talking to my parents here. Pay attention to your children. Even now on the video games that they're playing and the time that they spend, pay attention, because that virtual thing can become real just like that. So I hope you guys learned something about the metaverse and all the different aspects of it, how you can not just be a participant in it from a gaming standpoint or playing or hanging out standpoint, but how you can really capitalize on it and how you can make a difference for your family and not be left behind. I can tell you, I'm one of those people who I look at the metaverse like, no. But at the same time, I'm not blind to the opportunity that exists inside of it. So if you have a skill, if you have a craft, if you have an idea, if you have a dream or an original idea, you can participate in it. But it's just up to you to get the information and do your own research. So that's it for us today, guys. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys on Instagram for joining us. Thank you guys for joining us on Facebook and on YouTube and my website. And as always, I challenge you guys to be blessed and stay woke. And we'll see you right back here next week. Who knows what next week is going to bring? I'll see you guys next week. And congratulations to everyone who won on today's show. You guys stay woke and be blessed. So talk to me a little bit about this crime wave that's happening in Atlanta, and what are your plans to do something about it?
You cannot feed all this mainstream media. We have to get the real good information. We got to get that, because they're hiding information.
Family, it's time to resurrect our minds.